Shrewd news and reviews, man. We back again.
And we got the 7 main takeaways from the Jay Prince interview with $1 million worth of game. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
It wasn't about no dice game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about no gambling. It wasn't about none of the things that the media and all these, we call them media whores, just trying to capitalize and draw a story that wasn't there.
He talking about us?
No, I ain't talking.
Because we had already been outside a period of time before that other conversation started. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the homies, everybody went outside to smoke. You know what I'm saying? We just sit back chilling. Then they went, we gonna talk. They talk basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that type of situation or that type of energy to where you would feel like something had escalated to where it was supposed to be a problem.
So to the people that say, okay, Prince family been doing this for years. Been bringing people down. They've been hosting them. Nothing like this ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? What about the people that feel like still nothing should have happened? Because they was with the Prince family, and the Prince family is well respected. Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, it become a playing field where, any and everything goes. So
I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. It seems like Jay Prince is clearing his name. He's clearing the air. This is the first time that we're really hearing about his account of events since the tragedy occurred when Takeoff lost his life.
Okay.
So how do you feel? Does he sound genuine? Is these questions that you wanted to know about? He started off saying it wasn't a dice game. How many times have we heard that in the media? How many times have we heard that repeated? Now we're getting it from his side of the story. It's not a dice game. Was that a surprise for you?
Like he said, it's nigga shit that we need to get out of. It's like it's stuff, it's things that's been happening so much that it's a problem, and that he just addressing it as nigga shit is just making it seem like
Is
this
that
is
what he
just
said?
what
I didn't
niggas
hear
do.
him. I didn't
Not
hear
Jay
him.
Prince.
Oh.
The other guy.
Well, I heard a little bit more than that. I think he's saying, I think a lot of us felt like he might have had something to do with it, or his people maybe were the aggressors in the situation, and maybe his people caused this.
Mm-hmm.
He's pushing back on that. He's saying that his people were put in a position where they had to defend themselves. So he's already starting to shift the blame away from himself and putting it on another party. Seems like he's clearing the air about that.
Yeah.
And if the narrative was that it was about a dice game, maybe we heard Shorty say something like, he was in that Ugly Money interview, and I heard Shorty say that it was a dice game going on, and Quavo noticed that the dice were loaded or the dice weren't right, and it escalated from there. Now we're hearing from Jay Prince saying that it wasn't about no damn dice game. So we're getting conflicting accounts.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that clip was noteworthy.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something else that I heard. They were saying that Takeoff might have attacked somebody. Maybe or maybe Quavo was the aggressor. Have you heard that?
Never heard that, but I wasn't there. But yeah, you know how you get recounts of stories.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I never really heard nobody really say anything about Takeoff being the aggressor, but I did hear some rumblings about Quavo maybe being the aggressor. And there is a point on the interview where he addresses that. I'm gonna skip to that right now. Oh. I'm taking all of this with a grain of salt too, Bob, because I understand that this whole narrative that people are paying is bad for his brand. And when a person's in that position, they're going to say things to defend themselves, even if it's not true. I'm not saying that he's lying, but I'm just saying that I'm going to be critical of everything he's saying now because he's on uh, damage control mode right now. But let's continue. Let's get into we're trying to figure out who's the aggressors and the situation where Takeoff lost his life.
This gunplay.
But to clarify it real quick so they can understand, we're not talking about Takeoff attacking nobody.
No, not at all.
Just so they can
Yeah,
understand.
no, not at all. Not Takeoff and not nobody from Houston, attack nobody until, the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. He giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lot of different lies. So we may as well shine the light on the real root to the issue, which is this homie, you know what I mean, in this paperwork.
You hear what he's saying now?
Saying somebody in Takeoff camp was
there you go.
Paperwork.
That's what I wanted you to catch. That's probably one of the major bombshells of this interview. He's saying that this whole thing was caused by somebody in Quavo and Takeoff's entourage. They did something that led to a turn of events where things went all the way left. We also heard a lot of rumors about Jay Prince Jr. being in the videos, whether he just walked away from the body callously, and it led some people to, kind of connect dots and say, like he walked away like he didn't care. And Jay Prince Jr. had a chance to clear his name at one point in the video. He starts talking at about 8 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm gonna try to skip to that part now.
My friend used to pay $163 for car insurance. Now look.
All right.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of people seen the video. It was a few seconds, and Junior, they seen you walking by. We understand that, Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all, but they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about the video, right? Is one scenario is that they see Mike on the ground trying to help Takeoff, but in the video, Mike was right behind me. People didn't peep that. People think that I'm the one who had a voice. I mean, I'm the one who was speaking in the video, when I wasn't. If you go back and look at the video, Mike is walking right behind me. They took 3 seconds of a situation where I was caught on video and turned it into what they wanted it to be. But in all actuality, we had been there for a while. Mike was following me so we can go to the restroom so he can wash the blood off his hands, and so he can enlighten me to what transpired, because I wasn't even out there when this transpired. I was inside paying a bill.
That was an interesting choice of words. He wanted to wash the blood off of his hands. But a lot of people thinking that this is on them, that's kind of, I don't know, just eerie hearing it like that. That probably means nothing. Like, just eerie hearing it, man. So he explained that there's another part of the video where Jay Prince goes in deeper with the allegations on Takeoff's homie, and he has some real strong words for him. I don't even want to give it away, but this guy is going to be accused of being a lot of things in this video. One of them including being a snitch.
Mm.
I don't know how this works. You know what I'm saying? I'm not committing any crimes. I'm not with anybody committing any crimes. So I don't know if your homeboy getting killed and you there and his mom's crying. I don't know if you're supposed to cooperate with the police or if you're just supposed to keep it street at that point. What do you do if they're trying to accuse you of the murder? Are you able to even say anything to clear your name? Do you let your lawyer do that? I don't know. This is one of those situations where it's going to get confusing. I'll leave it to
Yeah,
the
I don't
street
think he
people.
should. I don't think he should have used the word snitch, or did he? We'll see.
No, we'll see. I'm a spoiler. Yes, Jay Prince definitely. If he don't use the word snitch, he definitely alludes to him being a snitch. I think the word rat comes up, but let's just let it play out.
Rat.
Thing to me is this clown that came here. I wish he
My bad.
wouldn't have never came with Quavo. I wish he wouldn't have never brought this nigga into Houston because he can't think. You know what I mean? This whole root of everything happening is from his action. And to be frank, honest about the situation, I wish that bullet would have hit him instead of Takeoff because he was the one that deserved that. You know what I mean? Takeoff
Damn.
didn't deserve that. You know, so that's the worst thing that I could think of because if he don't make that move, then the night is everybody's still here and live to see another day, and you know what I mean? It's bubbly and lovey-dovey.
Right.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I don't know what actually that person he's saying what he did, but I'm sure it was somebody had to. I don't know what camp, but somebody had to set something off. You know what I mean? For some gunshots to get.
We haven't heard from Quavo. We don't know what exactly happened with, but Jay Prince is saying that this guy acted out. I think there's a part of the interview where he says the guy had a pistol and pistol whipped somebody from mob ties.
Mm.
And he said the guy is a big guy. Remember when that guy Little Cam, we originally thought Little Cam might have been responsible for what happened to Takeoff. Little Cam is the one who got hit with the pistol allegedly, if I'm remembering correctly. So this big guy slaps Little Cam with the pistol, then things transpire from there. If that's true, I don't know. I feel like if somebody pistol whipped you, it's kind of free game, right? Like you could react however.
Yeah, you
at
got
that point.
pistol now. If it would have just been,
A little
you
scuffle,
just
squabble,
hit the man with yeah. But if you slapping somebody with a pistol, somebody finna bust. They're not gonna be playing them type of games, and you can't.
I mean, even if you don't smack him with a pistol, I'd imagine it could go to gunplay, especially if you're a big guy beating
big
up
dudes
on a smaller guy.
Oh yeah, that's like
it's like if they're just talking. Now we're kind of just taking Jay Prince's word for it, just so we could kind of form ideas. But if it's happening the way that he said that it happened, I feel like that kind of reaction might have been warranted.
Yeah.
You know, this is not going to be an open and shut case the way that we thought.
I think it has to be something of that sort for someone to, if y'all cool, to start shooting at your crew. You get what I'm saying? It got to be something there.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be, okay, and just be you dumping on somebody for like.
But we always had those kind of questions though. Like if he was with mob ties, how did he end up getting shot if he's, under the umbrella?
Right.
You get me? So we
this
always
makes
had
sense to where I can understand.
This makes more sense than what we've. It makes more sense than what we've been hearing up until this point.
Yeah,
this story, I ain't gonna lie. You know, because everything that we've been hearing that it was a dice game that escalated or they were shooting for money before they got out there, like none of that stuff really.
You feel like somebody will start shooting, and you like these guys, you gambling with these guys, you know what I mean, or you came there with them. It just don't. Something had to happen, and this seemed like it could make sense to how Takeoff.
All I remember hearing, well, one of the things that I remember hearing is Quavo saying, "Let me get out of here before I hurt somebody." Something to that effect.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video.
I don't think Quavo should have even said that.
I mean, he ain't doing nothing. I mean, if you didn't do anything and you stopping yourself and you like, yo, let me get.
But
let me
even
get
saying that though, you escalated the situation. I feel like you escalated because, whoa, what do you mean hurting somebody? Like if we argued about something, once you say something like that, it's like I'm in a different mode now. Like, did he say he's gonna hurt somebody over here? Like, what do you mean by that? Who's gonna get hurt?
Yeah, some macho stuff could come off of that. Yeah.
Okay, now we know that the word snitch now is getting thrown around a lot these days. But one of the rules is you can't just put that on somebody without having the paperwork, correct?
Yeah.
Now, ain't nobody testified yet, but Jay Prince is saying that he has a police report. Now, as we both know from personal experience, not everything on the police report is true. Right or wrong?
Yeah. Sometimes not, police officers sometimes just be trying to fill out paperwork, and it's a lot of paperwork they got to fill out. And they can't recount everything that you said specifically.
Or maybe if they make up something, it'll kind of help the case be a little bit easier.
To not have to do as much work, right?
Exactly. Like, let me just connect these dots real quick with saying he said this. So, but it's not to say that everything in the police report is wrong. I mean, I got police reports where they said something on there I actually did. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go here. Let's hear it from Jay Prince's mouth.
Is the root of this shit. You know what I mean? And from what I done read in this police report, where he's, telling on everything he can tell on Jazz, and you know what I mean, he moving on to say he was trying to be robbed, and man, don't nobody who want to rob, them little dudes, the last thing they would have done was violated and try to rob Quavo. Me and Quavo done walked in.
I'm gonna stop it there because I want to get to the part where he produces it. That's a little bit where he talks about it, but we're gonna stay on that same subject matter. And I think he pulls out some documents.
Watch Super Bowl 57, Sunday, February 12th, live on Fox with YouTube TV. Watch Super Bowl 57, Sunday, February 12th, live on Fox with YouTube.
If Gila would be so nice to just read some of this police report, just some of the things so the people won't think I'm making up words. I think it'll be helpful.
All right, let me see. So, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene, he stated that he seen the two males he had identified as Joshua and Watkins throughout the evening, that he had seen them with guns. He believed that Joshua said something and began pulling the gun, so he reached and punched him. He thought that males were about to try and rob Quavo.
Now we can just stop right there. And let me just explain that little piece how I feel about that bullshit. Now, clearly, this Bland dude and gave a police report that he seen these two guys with guns earlier. But these the same two guys that he decided he was gonna punch with his gun out and hit them with a gun. What do you think gonna happen? You know what I mean? You seen these niggas with guns and you gonna hit them? These people, these same guys that he talking about, man, if any enemy would have came their direction, they'd have had some problems. But as you can see, this clown saw that and decided.
If he put his hands on somebody, he started it, bro.
If it happened like that.
Yeah. I mean, to be real, I don't see how. I mean,
Oh,
it's on the paperwork. So he's saying that he punched somebody. You get what I'm saying? Because he thought they were gonna rob Quavo, correct? Is that what I heard?
that's
correct?
what he's saying.
Yeah. So if you thought somebody was gonna rob Quavo, which in the video we heard Quavo say, "Man, let me leave before I have to hurt somebody." It kind of makes sense to the story. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't mean to stop sharing the tab.
Yeah, I
We
know.
still got some. I thought I could go and look up something else. I wanted to go into some stuff I had sent you, but yeah, that was crazy that he brought that part up about that changes everything that we've been told up until this point. Now we still haven't heard any confirmation from Quavo himself, but he addresses that in the video as well. He goes on to say that all of this will be confirmed by Quavo. I want you to hear that from his mouth yourself. Hold on. Okay. This will be a good point.
There's gonna come a time that everything we saying, Quavo gonna have the opportunity to bear witness that this is the truth. You know what I mean? It's how it went down and from A to Z. And I look forward to seeing that day. But even more important than that, you know, like I told him the last time I saw him, you know what I mean? It's love here. You know, it's love here. And I look forward to that coming back together soon. But it's Offset, dude. I ain't gonna leave him out.
Oh,
You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, niggas be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals, you know, and the truth of the matter is, you know, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, you know, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So for you to be taking these positions that you taking, you know what I mean? And I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm gonna just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, you know, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you. And, you know, I have to say that. I hate you know what I mean? What the doing right on.
Nigga, beefing with me ain't gonna be healthy for you, nigga.
you know what I'm saying, man? This nigga got the friendliest threats. Like he'll threaten you or he'll extort you in a way where it sounds cordial
Gangster,
and
man.
gentleman-like.
Old school
But
gangster, man.
yeah, man. But I know that you can't always trust a sweet talker, a smooth talker. Sometimes some people is just good at saying things, and I'll say this about Jay Prince: he's a great orator. He be talking his shit, sound good the way he say it. But I gotta be really critical. It's convenient for him to put it off on somebody else. I didn't hear anything about Quavo liking any of his pictures or anything like that. There's no sign that Quavo is cool with this from Quavo himself. We just got to take his word for it. And
Right.
there's another part of the video where about at 48 minutes and 50 seconds, he says that he spoke to P and he spoke to Quavo. You know, and everything's cool. Now, what we also learned about recently is that it's being reported that there was a fight between, I want to say the right one, Offset and Quavo.
Yeah.
So don't look
We
like
don't
they're
know
on
what
the
that
same.
got into because you know it was rumors that, you know, the other slept with the others ex-woman, so we don't really know the specifics of that fight.
Oh
We don't
yeah,
know
what? Well, they
what
said
it
it
was
was
about.
over. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. Offset did respond to this interview. A lot of people have heard it by now, but Offset had some words for Jay Prince after seeing the interview. I don't know if he watched it in its entirety or what. I wanted to kind of. I thought I had it somewhere in our text thread. You have that one ready. Did you see the response?
From Quavo? I mean Offset? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen what he said. What he said to me made a lot of sense. I ain't gonna spoil it, but we're going ahead and put it on the
Yeah, let me pull it up for.
it
I'm
made a
trying to
lot of
find
sense to
a
me.
good video for it. I'm trying to find a good video for it, man. Cause um, um, all right, I got one. I don't know how perfect this is going to be, but we're at least going to get the first little part of his response. I found somebody on YouTube with the video. Go ahead and give them a little shout out. Dirt TV celebrity. We leaning on them right now. Let's see Offset respond to Jay Prince.
To him because I hear what's being said, and it's all love after that. Peace.
Hey, first off, y'all niggas speaking on my real brother. I don't know what you got niggas speaking on my real brother. How y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship? I don't know you I don't know how me and my brother, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your fifth. You done did by my. You ain't think about it, mama. You ain't think about the family. Nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but this. Man, who you think you is, John? Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone. But he say, she say, this nigga supposed to be this is who y'all supposed to be. Interviews and it out on the interview. Talking about I said this. Call my phone, homie. You call my phone, we'll have a conversation. They're gonna talk about all that plant internet.
I got the call from you.
Yeah, that was deeply edited, you know.
I
But
mean,
I think we got the context of what he was saying or the gist of what he was saying. Uh, big takeaways for me was Jay Prince is going off some he says, she says stuff. He says he has people everywhere and he hears what's being said and somebody's throwing rocks and not hiding his hand. If you wanted to know what was said, he should have addressed that man directly. I agree with that. He hasn't spoken to Offset. And then Jay Prince taking it to the internet is another thing that I feel is crazy because we've seen this before. Remember when Jay Prince went to the internet about NBA YoungBoy's car getting broke into and his house being burglarized? Jay Prince again went to the internet talking about Pusha T and Drake's beef, talking about pigs in a pig pen, and if it go this far, then this is gonna have to happen. There was another point where Almighty Jay got his chain taken. Jay Prince on the internet again calling out gangsters in New York for taking his chain. That to me don't seem like it's in alignment with what street guys do. So it seems like he's trying to do the double dutch thing. In a minute, he wants to be a street guy. The next, he want to be on the internet talking about things.
yeah, but yeah, I totally agree with what you said. But I can see how Jay Prince is probably just this is marketing for his brand and for everything that he stands for. So for him to have to get his shot off, he gotta go at it in this manner for publicly to be he needs the acceptance from the public. So I understand what
You could
Offset is
he couldn't
saying.
get upset after he spoke to Offset directly though.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
should
get
have
all of
did
that.
that.
That you got to
Yeah.
protect your brand, and it does look bad for your brand right now. People are commenting on the pictures. Long live Takeoff, and everybody wants to know about that. He probably can't really get going the way he wants to until this is put behind him. I get all of that, but you were supposed to talk to that man directly before you did that.
Yeah, before you went and going that route, you know what I mean? So yeah, he know better than that though. Jay Prince know better than that.
And
That's why
if Offset felt the way, Jay Prince should understand that and kind of just he stay over there and I stay over here type of thing. You was with him, everybody looking at you to protect him, and then that happened on your watch. You're gonna get a little bit of backlash and people being emotional. If you really care about Takeoff and you know how much Takeoff loved both of them boys, you supposed to kind of let them make it with that one. You supposed to let them make it. They emotional right now. Right or wrong.
yeah, something happened to their people, so they kind of like just trying to figure it out right now, and
They trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
They grieving. And then you're gonna take that position. You're gonna make, one of the
So he
workers.
yeah,
One
that
of the
was a
workers
bad.
crash out.
That was bad on Jay Prince part, Everything else can kind of be water under the bridge, but that right there was kind of like it was out of bounds. You out of pocket for that. You should have called that man
I
before
didn't
you
like
had
that move
Dilla,
either.
Yeah, he was out of pocket.
Yeah.
But
What
we
do you
made
think about
mistakes.
the reports that go ahead?
They need to be able to clear that up. They need to be able to call and get on the phone like grown men and hey, and just squash this because this getting old to us to the people, man. You can see it in the comments. They not for it's too many lives being lost that they not going for this macho talk no more.
It
You
should
know
be
what I mean?
old for Jay Prince of all people. I ain't gonna lie, man. He older than us. He's supposed to be above that whole threatening people thing, especially threatening people on the internet. We know you the boogeyman. Why do you even have to say something like that?
Yeah,
we know
we
where
just
it can
had
go with
somebody
you.
lost. Right. We know what time it is with y'all.
Yeah. Come on, OG, please. We know you don't have to do that. That's below your office.
Your
You know what I'm
status.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
need to
below
have
your
some of the other
status,
boys
dog.
do that.
Yeah, and you got people that could bark on him if that's what it needs to be. If you need, but you don't need to be doing that, OG, at all. We looking to you to kind of de-escalate this kind of stuff. You're gonna make somebody crash out.
Yeah.
Gonna make somebody crash out. What do you think about reports that Quavo and Offset got into a fight, man? I don't know, man. We don't have no video of this. I don't know if this is even real, man.
Right. You get what I'm saying? It's like if it's real or if it's not, it's just good marketing when two black people is going at it and fighting. So it's like that's what the first thing I think about is like, okay, that's big. We don't got no video. We don't know, but they saying that they fought backstage. It's like just the headline to me could be misleading and could be, clickbait.
Let's see what it says. I mean, a lot of people don't actually read the article. It's only like a 2-minute read. Let's just see what they're at least alleging. Put me on big mode. Okay. I mean the article on big mode so people could read along. You got me?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, TMZ is kind of credible, but go ahead.
I mean, they're credible on certain. I mean, they have. I can't front. They're credible to a degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
especially when it comes to stuff like this. But I can't. It's hard for me to imagine them getting into a fight backstage and nobody has any footage. Maybe we'll see the footage come out in time, but let's see what they're saying. There's clearly still. Excuse me. There's clearly still serious bad blood between Migos rappers Quavo and Offset following the death of Takeoff. And those emotions boiled over backstage at the Grammys into a physical fight. Sources at the show tell us Just before Quavo took the stage to perform his song Without You as a tribute to Takeoff during the In Memoriam segment of the show, he and Offset got into a physical fight and had to be pulled apart. As for what led to it, we're told that the Grammys had asked Offset to be a part of the tribute, but Quavo refused to let him take part. We're told Quavo blocked Offset from joining him on the stage, leading to the melee. Our Offset sources say it was Quavo who started the fight, but that's coming from Offset sources. Why would they say that he was the one who started the fight? They also said we should note Quavo and Takeoff were extremely close at the time of Takeoff's murder. Offset was still hanging out with Takeoff separately, but the trio wasn't hanging out as a unit. Quavo's Without You was a song he specifically wrote for Takeoff. Nonetheless, people watching Sunday Night Show were disappointed to see it was clear there had not been a reconciliation between Quavo and Offset since Takeoff's death. That's a damn shame. I was hoping that the tragedy would bring them closer together. You feel me?
Yeah. Sad situation, man.
Sad situation, my boy. Sad situation. I hope that they sit down across from each other and realize whatever they're going through, it ain't worth it. Life is too short for this bullshit. They can make more money being together. And I don't think that Takeoff would have wanted it this way, man.
Right.
There's too much dumb shit happening. Like you said, too much nigga shit going on, man.
Right. For us to be even seen on the internet and doing anything publicly that we looked at like that, it's like it's too many lives that been lost that y'all don't really understand the consequences of all this anger that's being. Just try to live life. We need to focus on just trying to live. Like all of that extra stuff is not helping the community, man. And it's like getting the love where it's like people dying all the time, and it's like it's crazy, man. It's a crazy place to be in.
You said it all, bro. You really said it all. I think I'll leave them with some words from Bertrand Russell that I think really resonates for this story here. Love is wise, hatred is foolish.
Straight up. Straight up. So you want to close them out, Cap? I mean,
that was it. That was the close. That was it.
We gone,
that was
man.
Smooth.
So we gonna catch y'all boys on the next one, man. Peace.